In 2026, with the influx of ready-to-run kits from China, are Tamiya kits still relevant? And along the same lines, with all the RTR kits coming in from China, are the all-you-need kits from suppliers like Jadler Models and Model Sport still relevant? We don't know. So that's what we're doing here today to find out. So what I've gone and done is here we go. I've bought myself I've bought myself a Tamiya kit. But not just a Tamiya kit. This is an all-you-need kit from Jadler Models. Now, this isn't anything they've given me. I bought this with my hard-earned money. This is mine because I wanted it and I thought this would be a good video to make. I've got myself some paints and I've bought myself some bearings because one of the big things you need to do when you buy a Tamiya kit is always get bearings. They come with plastic bushings, they're not great. But Tamiya kits are synonymous with being brilliant for people new into the hobby. I started 25 years ago with a Tamiya kit. It was a MO3L chassis with a BMW Mini Cooper shell. My parents then got me a Rover Mini Cooper shell with it because I loved minis and I still do. And I used to race the BMW shell, and then when I'd get home I'd clean it up and I would use the Rover Mini Cooper shell as a shelf queen. But anyway, enough of me waffling. This is an all-you-need kit from Jadler Models. So, what do we get? Ooh, Japanese newspaper, but that doesn't matter. Oh, lots and lots of packing. Let's get that all gone. Okay, so what I was expecting to have is essentially a box full of bits, but we don't have that. What we do have, and fair play Jadlam for this, is we have a bundle box. I know, oh, that looks good. And the car. So this is how it comes packed. With Jadlam Models, they do 4 types of kit. So you get stick and wheel. So, I don't know why I'm tapping this. This is a wheel kit because I'm used to wheel and I've packed it away. So this is a wheel radio. So you've got a wheel, obviously, and you get a stick radio. So you've got essentially 2 sticks. And within that, you then get standard and premium stick, standard and premium wheel. This is a premium wheel kit with the idea that once I've done this video, I can use the electronics, the wheel and so on for some other models. So let's see what we get. Let's dig into what we get here first. So it is a pre-packed bundle, and fair play to them. It's actually, I like what they've done. It's seriously just a pre-packed bundle they've picked off a shelf and sent to me instead of sending me a box of everything loose, which I really like. Now this is not in association with anyone. I've spent my own hard-earned money on all this. So, okay, this is what we get. So we have, it's an Absema charger. We have 2 Absema stick batteries. There you go, they are stick pack. And because they have a Dean's connector on the end, you have a Dean's to Tamiya connector. So what are these? These are 4,200s. Ooh, I was expecting 3,000s. So that's even better. So we've got 2 4,200 batteries there. You get, oh hello, an Absema CR4S version 2 radio, an Absema servo, and then batteries. Obviously batteries, always batteries. And that is what you get. Now, I am noticing a distinct lack of electronic speed controller. speed controller. It says I will need an ESC, so I'll probably have to look into that. But this is what you get with the kit. And I've also got 2 paints. I've got green and white, pearlescent green and white backing. Looking forward to seeing what this wheel radio's like. Oh, look at the size of that. Little tiny receiver. That's awesome. Oh, I can't even get this out. There we go. Nice and light. Yeah, got everything on there you would expect. That's cool. Throttle trim, steering trim, throttle dual rate, steering dual rate, and then your reverses of them both, and a bind button. And that seems quite nicely weighted as well. That's cool. I really like that. So while I mess about with this is a project I've been wanting to do for a while on the channel, well, since I started the channel. But I didn't really have the opportunity until recently, so I thought, you know what, let's just go for it. Sometimes you've just got to go for it, so that's what I'm doing. Right, let's get these on the shelf. Right, now on to the Tamiya kit. So I have chosen a TT02B Neo Scorcher. So why have I chosen this? One, comes with a motor, torque tuned, so don't have to worry about sourcing a motor. I thought a Buggy would be the best sort of kit for me to test. It's the same sort of kit that if you were a young kid or you're an adult getting into or back into RC, a Buggy or even a truck is a good go anywhere type of vehicle. If you get an on-road car, you can only really use it flat roads, maybe indoors depending on the scale, and in car parks, whereas a Buggy, you can take them anywhere. That's why I chose a Buggy. Why did I choose the TT02B? So the TT02 and the TT01 are very long running and successful chassis lines from Tamiya, especially the TT02. It's been going for 15, 20 years. So that means the aftermarket support for this thing is incredible. You can get all sorts of spare parts, hop-ups, and what have you for it. So I thought this would probably be the absolute perfect place to start as a beginner back into the hobby. The only upgrade I've bought for this is bearings, because the plastic bushings that come with it, from what I remember from my old Mini, are terrible. So one of the other reasons as well, as you see down here, it is 4-wheel drive. Now, with rear-wheel drive, you do have to have a very particular driving style, so you can't power through corners because you'll understeer, whereas with 4-wheel drive, you should be able to grip up and it'll be fine. And when you're bashing, you're going to be on and off that power quite a lot. So I thought 4-wheel drive would be the perfect place to start. And let's see what comes. So this is my first Tamiya kit in 20-25 years. So I'm really interested to see what we've got. So, big bag of spares, tyres, wheels, and there's no inserts on those tyres. I'd expect there to be inserts. Yes! Speed controller, sorted. I don't need to source one. Big plastic chassis. Oh, the body. That's going to look so good. All of the plastic bits that you would expect. As a kit, this should come with absolutely everything we should need. Well, as the Tamiya kit should come with everything we need to build it, oils, everything. With the Jadlam kit, with all the extras, it should be everything we need to get this up and running. Nice instructions there. So, now a lot of the times when you build Tamiya kits, or at least it used to be when I was younger, people would love to paint stuff to box art. So you might just be able to see there, you've got the box art in the blue and white, but not a massive fan of box art. I like to do things my own way, and I will be doing that on this, with the diffs and the shocks probably being the hardest part. And what else have you got? Yeah, stickers! Oh, I love stickers. I'm really looking forward to building this. Really looking forward to it. It's at this point, that I won't be able to get everything back in because it's just the way.
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
That is really interesting. That comes with an ESC. I didn't think it did. Enough of this. Let's get going. Right, let's get everything out. So this kit from Jadlam Models was a everything you need kit. So it's not ready to run. Tamiya is still in kit form, but they supply everything you should possibly need to get this vehicle up and running. So in this kit come a Tamiya speed controller, and then they supplied 2 stick packs of batteries, servo, charger, and controller. I will go into more detail on them a bit later, but for now, this is all about the build. So in the kit, you obviously have your instructions. You've also got instructions on how to paint your body shell and how to put the stickers on. Painting the body shell, I'll probably do an extra video on that, may even make it a short, so you probably may not see me doing that. Anyway, that is enough of me waffling. Let's get to the build. Step 1, charge a battery. That is a great idea. So here we have one of the stick packs. Yes, I am doing this by the manual. If it wants it charging, it's going to be charging. So if you've never built a Tamiya model before, the good thing with these is that everything is pre-packed and everything comes labelled. So you've got different bags all labelled up. So it makes it so much easier. So in case you've wondered why I've bought bearings for this, this is what you get with the normal kit. You get brass bushings and plastic bushings, and from experience, these wear out very quickly. So ball bearings will massively extend the life of your model. So at this point in the build, as you might just be able to see, we've put some diffs in. Now, one thing people always forget is when they put diffs in, they'll put diffs in the same way. So they'll put them in that way. The problem is when you do that is you'll have one set of axles turning one way and one set turning the opposite. So you'll have one set going rearwards, one set going frontwards. What you always do is put the diffs in the opposite way. Always make sure they're the opposite way. So the motor this comes with is a Tamiya torque-tuned silver can. So it should be a lot more torquey than the standard 540 silver can you get with Tamiyas. Now, when tightening the pinion gear onto the motor, the shaft has a little flat spot. So you want to line that flat spot up with the grub screw on the pinion. And then you tighten it down. Don't worry about spacing at the moment, because you'll get that once you put it in the car. Unless, like most Tamiya kits, you get a pre-drilled motor mount, which you can only put the motor in one place for that specific gearing, and it gets everything right for you, which this one does. There we go. So we've got the beginnings of the car. We just need to build up some shocks, which I'm not looking forward to. And there we have a set of shocks. So fronts and rears. Now, one thing that has surprised me about this kit is that these shocks are actually oil filled. They're not just friction dampers, which I'm used to Tamiya kits having friction dampers. So that is a big shock to me. And it's brilliant, actually. It's great to have actual oil filled shocks. So let's get these fitted. There we are. Shocks are all on. And it looks awesome. Haha, we're getting there. Oh, now, let's get on to some steering. Okay, so this is the build pretty much done. We've got our shocks all built up and in, we've got our diffs in, all the electrics are in, everything runs in the correct direction. The only thing we need to do now is get our wheels and tyres on, our drive hexes, and look at painting the body. Yes, I do need to look at the electrics and sort of make them a bit neater, but at the moment, not really a concern. Just want to get this finished off. So let's get on. Now in YouTube circles, people usually take these and they'd probably chuck them at the car and they'd be fitted by magic like that. Nope. Nope. Let's try the other two. Come on, magic. Nope. I'll have to fit on by hand then. Let's get on with it. And there we have my first Tamiya in 20 odd years. And I've really enjoyed that build. Now, we are not finished yet. We've still got the body shell and the wing to fit. So let's get on to that now. Okay, so here we have the body painted up in its amazing new colour. And I'm really looking forward to this one, to getting it cut out and on the car. So here we go. Let's get cutting out. Let's get it on the car. And there we go. The body is on. Now, I do not know about you, but I think that looks absolutely amazing in Tamiya metallic green. PS17, I think it is. Yes, PS17 metallic green. I will give you a proper look around. Now, the paint hasn't come out perfect. I did rush it a little bit because I wanted it finished so I can drive it. I've got a day off work tomorrow and I want to get out and drive this thing. I do need to get the stickers on it. So we bring out the magic tea towel. And this is where the decals get applied, hopefully. So when I pull that off, decal's done. And there we are. And there is the Neo Scorcher in all of its green and metallic-y goodness. Now, I've not applied all of the stickers, only some of them, because it is meant to have a white stripe down the centre. As per the box art, you might just see it over there. When I come to put the stickers on, I didn't like the way they were joined, so I've left them off, and I think I've made the right decision, because just those small flashes of blue and white, I think they really stand out on that green, and it looks amazing. Although I love the colour, I did make a few mistakes when painting this. It's been a while since I've painted a body, so just trying to remember what to do. I am tempted to get another Neo Scorcher body set and do the white stripe on it in paint and do it properly and take my time. I did kind of rush this because once I started the build, I wanted it finished because it is a bit cold in the workshop, but there we are. This thing looks amazing, and it's been so long since I've held a 1/10 car. I forget how big they are. When I'm playing around with things like this for scale, and again, something like this in itself is small in comparison, and yeah, you forget how big a 1/10 can be, and this is only a 1/10 buggy as well. But those oil shocks, I really wasn't expecting this to have proper oil shocks. I thought it was going to be friction shocks like the Tamiyas I've had before, but I've really enjoyed this build. It's been great. Only leaves us one thing though. Let's go drive it. And there we go, there we have it. Our drive of our freshly built Tamiya Neo Scorcher. And I must say, on the current hottest day of the year so far, although knowing Britain, we probably will get loads of rain, so it might even be the hottest day, going out after work for an absolute amazing bash with this thing up the local park with its mountain bike track has really been what my bad day at work has needed. This was so much fun. A couple of little things I want to pick out. Now, this does have the Tamiya torque tuned motor in it. It is a really good motor, very torquey, but it does lack speed. It does need a quicker brushed motor, or if you really want to do it, a brushless and probably a lipo. Personally, just a little bit of a quicker brushed motor, and it's probably going to be one of the best bashes you can buy. Another thing about it, because it is a buggy, even though I've set it up to have the highest ground clearance possible, I was still scraping the belly of it. Some of the I want to say rocks, they weren't, they were stones. Some of the stones were a bit big, did catch on the bottom of the chassis, and a truck, a stadium truck would probably be a better bet as a basher, just to give bigger wheels to lift it up slightly, to give slightly wider wishbones again, just to lift that up slightly, and will probably make just a slightly better basher. Problem with stadium trucks is they are rear wheel drive, or the one from Tamiya, the Acro Shot, that's rear wheel drive. This is four wheel drive, which gave it absolutely amazing grip, even with these mini pin tires. And yeah, it's been brilliant. You can probably see it is still very dusty, and I don't know if I'm going to clean it or not. I probably will, because I want it to go on my shelf and look good, just down here somewhere. And you know what? As a series of the build and the drive, I've really enjoyed this. I didn't know after I'd done all this whether I was going to keep this car, but you know what? I am. It's been so much fun, and I'm probably going to bash it more than just the once for this video. Now, when I did start this video, I started by asking two very big questions. The first one, in 2026, with all of the ready-to-run kits out there, some of the kits coming from China, that is Tamiya still relevant? I'm going to hold off on that question, and I'm going to jump to the second one. So the second question was, is the ready-to-run kits you can buy from model shops? So I got all my stuff here from Jadlam Models. They gave me the motor, the ESC, the servo, 2 sets of batteries, the controller, and a wall charger. Are they still relevant against the ready-to-run kits out there? And I think yes. It is a very basic electronic kit they give you, the Absema here. It's classed as premium, but for what I'm used to, it is all right. It does give you all the options you may need. And to be fair, there was more than enough on that for what I needed. You only need the 2 channels, so I probably went a bit overboard getting the premium. You'll probably be just as good getting the standard. I chose the premium wheel because I prefer a wheel radio. You can get sticks as well. And personally, from what Jadlam have selected for me here, have done really well. The wall charger, it's a slow charger, it's not going to be fast. A couple of hours and both batteries were done. I'm still on the first battery on this. I've been running it for an hour and a half today, and I tested it for about 20 minutes the other day. It's still going strong. I am going to recharge it, but it is still on the very first battery, and it's been doing really well. The battery is, what is it, 4,000? Yeah, so 4,200 mAh, not LiPo, sorry. It's a NiMe, so it's a nickel metal hydride 7.2 volt battery, and it's been brilliant for this car. It's absolutely perfect. So yes, in 2026, the ready-to-run kits you can buy from model shops, provided they've picked the right electronics, perfect, absolutely perfect to get you running as a beginner. And that's how I took this build, as an absolute beginner build, and everything's just gone swimmingly. So back to question one, the very important question, and the question I'm probably going to use as clickbait for this video. In 2026, are Tamiya kits, and is Tamiya still relevant? And what's more important about this question is it's Tamiya's 50th anniversary as well. Didn't even realise, this just seems to be happy coincidence. Now, before I continue, I would just like to add that I am in no way affiliated with Tamiya or with Jadlam models. This has all been bought out of my own money. I selected the kit, and I selected what style of kit, so premium or standard, wheel or sticks. They don't know who I am. I've bought it as a customer would, and I've built it as a customer would. So now that's all out of the way, is Tamiya still relevant in 2026? Yes. If anything, Tamiya are more relevant now than they have ever been. What do I mean by that? So most of the stuff I review are pre-built, ready-to-run kits from China. You buy them, charge up the battery, turn them on, you go, done. With that comes the problem of you don't learn how the car goes together. You don't learn how the car works. You don't learn about the electronics. If this crawler was to break, I wouldn't know how to fix it. Well, I would know how to fix it, but a beginner would not know how to fix this because they didn't build it. Same with all of these. If I broke them, you might not know how to fix them because you didn't build them. And that's where kits are still more than relevant. If you were to buy this for yourself, your son, daughter, niece, nephew, whatever the case may be, and you were to sit there and build it with them, or if their parents were to sit there and build it with them, not only would they then have a working RC car at the end of it, but they would learn how to put things together. They would learn about mechanical tolerances. They would learn about mechanical sympathy, especially when you're putting metal screws into plastic. They would learn basic 12-volt electrics, so what things to plug in and how the electric runs around a circuit. They will learn alignment of steering, toe, camber, caster, things like that. With a Tamiya kit, you open up a massive world to people who may not even know that world exists. Even yourself, if you're watching this and you think, I'm going to buy a Tamiya kit, I'm going to build it, you may even realise that you enjoy it so much that you want to take up RC as a hobby, or you may even want to retrain and go down the engineering route because of a little toy kit. Honestly, in the world of screen time and ready-to-run kits, next day delivery and all of that, I do believe a Tamiya kit that you build up yourself is more than relevant now. And if you're not sure what to get your son, daughter, nieces, nephews for their birthday or Christmas, have a look. They might be a little bit expensive, yes. This cost me £233 all in, but the enjoyment you get, or the enjoyment they may get, it could last them a lifetime. If it wasn't for that MO3 I built when I was 15, I wouldn't be doing this now. That little kit has had such an effect on me. It's had an effect on my career, it's had an effect on my hobby life and what I do for fun. So yes, Tamiya are more than relevant. Anyway, that's it from me and from my lovely little Neo Scorcher. I absolutely love this thing. I might get another body for it because the stickers are coming off, and yeah, maybe another body. I mean, you can see how well used it is. Anyway, that's enough waffling from me. I need to go edit this video because it's due out in 2 weeks. This has been a really fun video. I didn't know how it would turn out or what I would think of Tamiya kits of 2026. But I will admit, I'm completely convinced about their validity in 2026, completely convinced. And if you can afford it, do it, honestly. Yourself, your kids will be so happy at it. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like what we do here, or what I do here, please give me a big thumbs up. And don't forget to hit subscribe and ring that notification bell so you get notified of all videos I make and release on YouTube. If you want to drop me a comment, what was your first RC kit? Doesn't matter what it was, whether it was a Nikko or a Tamiya, or even if it was a Lozzie Team Associated. What was your first kit that you remember building? I'll drop a pinned comment down below so you can comment on that. And thank you for watching. I've really enjoyed this video, and this is not going to be my last Tamiya kit. See you in the next one. Stay amped.